Dude, we are live. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Vintage Dust by George G. And we are going to have an auction tonight. It is July 16th, 2025. And I hope all of you are well, wherever you are. Let me get my usual stuff up on the screen here, up in the chat, put the usual information out there. Give me a second to bring up my text file. I don't want to type all this in again, so I just have it all in there so I can. Okay. As usual, if you're new, please email me, and I'll put an email in the chat. Need your name, your real name, if it's different than your YouTube name, which is the case for most people. You're shipping it in PayPal. I invoice through PayPal, and I use Pirate Chip for shipping. Or I can make other arrangements if necessary. I can do Zelle, I can do Cash App, and Venmo. I think that covers pretty much all of them. A lot of them, anyway, they're out there. So I hope that's good. Hey, Marlene, good evening. And, hey, Kellyanne, or Kelly. So let's see, let's just try to get some of the business out of the way here, and then we'll talk a little bit, and then we'll show some stuff. I got more than I probably could possibly show tonight. I didn't think I was going to, and, well, I guess. Anyway, biddings in dollar increments up to $10 or more, up to $10, and $2 or more after that. We do have some items that are going to start above $10 tonight. We'll see those. Once I post the sold in the chat, that closes the bidding. Now, I don't plan on doing any multiple items tonight, even though I have multiple items to do. It just doesn't, I don't think it would work out well. So I do have some silver and some gold tonight. Gold, I should say gold filled, gold plated, not solid gold, not by any means. But anyway, but I'll comment on those. I did not test them, but I'll tell you what they're marked and what I know about them, and my confidence and things like that. So we have been dealing with heat up here, as I think a lot of people have. Some rain, but not the flooding rain, not our part of Vermont. What they call the Northeast Kingdom, which is the northeast corner of Vermont, has had some flooding. On July 10th, they had some, for 3 years in a row, on the same day, July 10th, they've had flooding. So I feel bad for them. But it hasn't been as severe as like they've seen in Texas or was the Louisiana, no, not Louisiana, New Jersey, and Kentucky, Illinois. I've been seeing some flooding. Terrible things out there. And I feel bad. We do support some of the local charities that go out and help. So hope that helps other folks. If tomorrow breaks 90, that'll be 3 days in a row for us at above 90 degrees, which they consider officially a heat wave. And we haven't had a heat wave here in Vermont of that caliber for some time. But on the other hand, we've had 9 days above 90, which is above the average of 7 for the whole summer. And we're already at 9, and it's only the middle of July. So we already broke the average. And if they looked at the data for the last 10 years, we've actually been above 7 every summer. I think 2020, we had 14 days above 90. That was the highest it's been in a while. So, yeah, New England in general, except for maybe Massachusetts and the coastal states, and anybody along the coast, tend to not get hot weather like that. Even Maine, we were watching some videos out of Maine, and they're seeing 90-degree temperatures in places that are extremely rare for them to see 90-degree temperatures. So yeah, we tend to run 70s, 80s in July, August. Even in June starts out cooler a little bit in the 70s, maybe some 80s, but we've had some 90s in June. I think they said 2 or 3 days were in June in the 90s. We've had 4 so far in the 90s this month. I think that's 4. So I forget where the other 2. No, yeah, it's been something like that. 4. I think it's 2, 4, and 4. So yeah, it's been pretty warm. We've had some heavy rainstorms at times, but like today, I was out and I probably should have watered the garden. But they're supposed to get thunderstorms tonight, so I'm hoping that'll be good for the garden. The garden is doing okay, even though we get it in very, very late. And the reason we got it in very, very late is because of all the rain we had in a very wet, very, very wet spring here. Not so much flooding wise, maybe some occasional minor issues, but nothing. But yeah, so that's the way things are. Let me think. What else? So far, I'm on the jury pool for jury duty, the Superior Court here. But so far, I've yet to be called up. I have till next month now, a reprieve until sometime in August, and then I'll wait and see. I don't think it'll affect this. I don't plan. It's very, very rare they do us. I've been on jury duty twice before, and it's very, very rare that they sequester. I've never been involved in sequester. I only know two people that I know that were in a sequestered thing, and that was for some kind of a very well publicized murder trial. So I think that's yeah. So I didn't mind jury duty too much. We only had a handful of cases, and most of them were the reason you have a jury is because it's in that gray area where they, you know. And I got to tell you one funny story. It was I believe it was an assault case, and we walked in, sat down. Next thing I know, I see the defendant's jury lawyer talking to the judge, and then he says, "Jury, you go back to your room. You've been dismissed for this case." So that was weird. And it's like, okay. So we thought, well, must be something, because I mean, they went through the process of picking the 13 of us, and 12 plus the alternate. And so judge comes in later, really nice guy actually. And he says, they decided to take a plea. You must have scared the hell out of them. He says they decided to take a plea deal. The plea deal. I guess they looked at the jury and figured there was no way they're going to win that jury over, so they took the plea deal. I said, oh, okay, so we all went home. That was pretty funny. But yeah, so oh yeah, it's very interesting. Both the companies I've worked for, no problem. I continue to get paid, even though I'm on jury duty and things like that. So it's not a financial loss, although the state does try to compensate, but it's pretty minimal. But anyway, so that's the way it is. I think it covers most of the odds and ends of topics around here. Yeah, it's a mess behind me, I know. We're in the process of downsizing a little bit and rearranging. So hopefully, as things progress here and the weather gets a little better, I'll be able to make a dent in this room and get more stuff out on eBay and more stuff into the auctions and things like that. So tonight is going to be, I'd say, 90% jewelry. Yeah, I got new purses. Not new. I've got purses that are in really good condition. I've got one toy I'm going to show that was not in the preview. A couple of collectibles, I think, too, as well. So now I've never been involved with grand jury, Kelly. It was the last two times was district, and this time is Superior Court. And my understanding here in Vermont, anyway, district court tends to try criminal cases. Superior Court tends to try civil cases, like somebody suing somebody and that kind of thing. So, so I may never get called up, but they basically the pool of jurists I'm in isn't going to be called until sometime in August, and that may not even happen. So we have to wait and see. Wait and see. So no plans for vacation yet planned, so I'm not really worried about too much. If things go smoothly, this Saturday we'll be picking up a new puppy. I'll post pictures, maybe some video out there on my YouTube channel. It's, I think when my wife said it was some type of a terrier mix. Not a very big dog. I think it was, I'll have to ask her again. She's been looking at so many different dogs, I get confused with which one this one is. It's not a big dog. That's not much I know. But it's only 14 weeks old, something like that. So it'll be a good companion for our Basset. So our Basset mix. So that'll be fun. Of course, we'll be up. We'll see if I have an auction next week or not. How much rest I actually get. We'll see. But anyway. Okay, well, let's get started. I'll switch cameras here. And where am I here? Camera. Like I said, I tend to start with something non-jewelry to start with. And for those that are cartoon aficionados, yes, dogs are great. And then we're going to be interesting to see how it goes. We have a cat too, and this one supposedly is used to cats, so that shouldn't be an issue. We'll see what happens there. We have to puppy-proof the house between now and Saturday, so and we'll see how much of a chore it is. Yes, it's Pumbaa, and he has got his tags and everything. He seems to be in pretty good shape, as far as I can tell. I didn't see any, stains or tears or anything like that. Seems to be in pretty good condition. Like I said, the tags, there's multiple tags on this thing for some reason. I'm not sure why. But I guess it says Pumbaa beanbag on there, and Lion King, and choking hazard warnings and that kind of stuff. It says remove tag and all plastic fasteners before giving to children. Stuff like that. So, but pretty good condition, I think. So we're going to start with Pumbaa here. I'm going to misspell it, so I'm going to look at the tag to make sure I spell his name right. It is 2 A's. I thought so. We'll call this a Pumbaa plush. We'll start him at $6. Brand new Pumbaa. Anybody's interested? We often look at the plush not because we're. I came across this one, but we get them for our dog. So, hey, Chris, thank you for joining us tonight. So, who else we got out there? This the 3 in the chat so far. That's okay. Welcome. So, there's Pumbaa. Oh, I didn't put it up in the screen. Put that up there. If anybody's interested in I'm sure somebody, this was I have to say for sure this was pre-owned because of where I got it. But the only thing I've noticed is the tag's a little crinkled, but that's about it. It's Disney, definitely is the official Disney tag on there on his butt. But there he is, and all his. He's kind of purple color. You can tell. The light's really doing him any justice here, but it is a purple. See how the camera does that when I change the light intensity? Kind of weird. I gotta mess with this camera some more, some settings. See if I can fix that. But anyway, so that is Pumbaa. What are we going to start with first tonight? I think the jewelry. I'm gonna go back and forth between jewelry and stuff like this. That's true. And I don't know if you guys watch Dr. Lori at all on YouTube. She just watched one of her latest videos, and I recommend it. By the way, she's pretty interesting, and she gives you she can be entertaining at times. She was showing a Thai Beanie Baby, one of the original ones that was worth like $100 still. I thought Thai Beanie Babies values had been plummeting, but there are still some out there that are apparently doing quite well. So, but it's not the common thing. It's the rare thing. Okay. Keep myself hydrated. I apologize if you can hear the air conditioner in the background, but it's not too bad in here. It's 76 in here right now. It was in the 80s before I turned the AC on. So, something in my eye. Just a sec. There we go. Okay, well, we'll pass on the Pumbaa, and that's maybe I'll probably try to put him out there on eBay or whatever. Okay, let's start with we'll get started with jewelry. This was a piece I was going to show, I think, last week, and I think I forgot to. And this one is, let me look, I can't, pardon me, my eyesight is not as good as it used to be. Sometimes I can read this and sometimes not. This is an Avon piece. Let me get the camera position better here. All right, and so okay, well, this is an Avon owl necklace. Oh, gee, I don't know. Let's start this one at $6. How's that sound? And I'll show you the Avon tag is on. Actually, I think I might take my drink. I don't forget my ruler. I think it's. I think say it's probably 16. Yep, I was gonna. I guess right. 16-inch. So like this, and there's the hang tag there with the Avon word on it. I can get that focus. And it's a articulating piece, as you can see. If you focus, there we go. And here's the back. So it's not what I would call fully articulating, but it is hinged. Gold tone. And the pendant itself is about, looks like about 2 inches. Almost 2.5. 2.5 actually. 2.5 inches. So yes, it is articulated. So yeah, I know. I still haven't get, been doing this for a couple of years now, off and on, and more regularly for the past 2 years, I guess. But I still can't get used to the fact that what you're hearing from me and seeing from me is about anywhere from 6 to 10 seconds delay. So sometimes to see the text and even though I've already said something about it, it's kind of weird. It takes a little getting used to, even no matter how long you've been doing it. But there's always a little bit of delay in there, and so I have to make sure I leave things up long enough for people to look at it, and if they want, take a picture of it and look it up. I try to do that, I think, as much as I can, because I know that you can't look these things up if you're a reseller. And if you're not a reseller, you're just curious as to what the market is asking for them. I don't look everything up, but I do try to look up some things. So, but okay. So that is gold tone. Okay, so I did put that in the window there. Now that's up. Let me look for something else. Oh yes. We'll do some earrings next. Now, I didn't see any markings on these earrings. I'll double check here before I say that. I'm pretty sure they're not marked. And, well, thank you, Chris. Thank you. I remember when I first started doing this, I often got comments from people on my voice. Unfortunately, it's a little scratchy tonight. But that's because of this heat and being out in it. We did do a bunch of errands today, trying to get things for the puppy. Okay, I'm going to pass on that. Don't worry. I know the intent. It's always good. We'll pass on that. Put that away. Set that aside. Okay. Let's do some earrings. These are just simple post earrings. They're pretty shiny. I didn't do the magnet test on them, but I'm pretty sure they're not. Well, we do the magnet test right now. Well, at least the backing pieces are not magnetic. I can't see what the posts, but they are shiny. I'll give you a reference of quality, size. I mean, with my thumb here. And you can see the side. I can give you a side profile. There we go. And you can see the backing as well. So they are like held in by 4 little pins. I forget, there's a name for that type of mount. I can never remember it. But let's see, we'll call these silver. Oops, did hit the wrong key. Silver crystal earrings. We'll start these at $5. We'll leave them up there for a minute. No, oh yes. Like I said, I have 5 purses. One toy, one collectible, 2 collectibles. So we'll see where it goes. Okay, well, I'm not interested in the earrings. We'll pass on those. Oh, let's go with our first purse. I had to look these up because I don't know much about them. But I'm gonna have to back the camera up a bit, I think, to show it all. Yep, that works. Okay, let me get this out. Yeah, there we go. Okay, get rid of that. Go there. Now, let's see. I had to look this one up because I didn't know much about it. This is a Lily Bloom purse. As you can see by the name, Green Living. It's called the You Are My Sunshine. So, and you'll see it's in really, really good condition. Purse, bag, satchel. I'm gonna call it a bag. It's more generic. We'll start this one at $10. And I'll show you through it. It's got a ton. I think it's the one I remember. It's got a ton of pockets. So it's got the 2 handles here, as you can see, brown, and then it has this where the Lily Bloom tag is here, and this is the first zippered pocket with a Lily Bloom label on the pull tab. Then there's the second one over here, which I didn't open up and see if there's anything in there, but there's the one on the side. I'll show you that zipper works. And there's one on this side. That's a pink interior. I would call the main portion of the bag. Again, zipper. The other side, I would call the back only because it doesn't have the name on it. And another big pocketed thing with a Lily Bloom little keychain like thing that's hanging off of the zipper there. Let me see if I can pull that together. It's kind of awkward doing this sideways here. And then there's yet another pocket in the back here, yet another Lily Bloom tag. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different pockets on it. Like I said, I did look it up because I had no idea who Lily Bloom was or anything about it. If you'd asked me if it was something else, I would be able to tell you a little bit about some of the others, but this is one I'd not heard of. And I didn't know if anybody would be interested in something like that, but it's a very pretty purse. I didn't see any issues with the bottom. There's some glitter on there or something. I think that's some glitter. I didn't see any staining on the material. Usually on the corners or places like that or the bottom, but it looks pretty solid. And it's a cloth-like material. I don't know if it says what the material is in here. I didn't even look for you know how they little tag inside usually tells you that it's man-made materials and all that, so it's just, or whatever it is. Let's see if it says anything on the main portion instead of lining there. But let's see. Oh yeah, here's a tag. Made in Cambodia with 100% recycled polyester with vinyl trim. There you go. So not made in China. What a surprise, huh? So there it is. Lily Bloom. Just knock something down. Hold on. Let's see what they do. Okay, I did knock something down. Just fix this while you're looking at the bag. Make sure I get it all. Yep. Okay. No interest in the purse. That's okay. We'll just put that on eBay too. All right. Well, I have, like I said earlier, I have some silver. So let's do one pair. These are handmade beads with silver hoop earrings. I don't know if the beads are silver. I would say probably not. I just know that the ear wire is. I'm looking for something to display it on. Hang on a second. It's a little different. Somewhere I misplaced my jewelry. No, I think there's I have a little jewelry display stand for earrings, and I seem to have misplaced it. Let's do this. This will work. That's a look. Okay. Let's bring the camera back up and down. And so these are what I call handmade beads on sterling wire. Just ignore the little writing on there. It's nothing to do with it. Typo on my part here. I almost put the wrong thing out there. We'll start these at 7. Oh goodness. There. Okay. I'll show them up close again here in a second. So, does it show? Let me show it in my hand because I think the black is throwing it off a little bit. Yeah, a handmade bead. So for that one, and that. You can see it's just a shepherd's hook style sword. Well, I wouldn't call it shepherd's hook. It doesn't have the same distinction as a shepherd's hook, but you get the idea. I see Chris at 7. I'm just going to lay these down so I can type here with both hands. Yeah, I think my camera's too high. Can't bring it down really close to the table like I usually do. Let me do that. There. There we go. That's better. Alrighty, we'll say going once. Excuse me. Going twice. Last call. And sold to Chris for $7. Thank you. Let me bag those up and put the name on it. I'm all right doing that. Let's see what we'll do next. Let's stick with the bead style things. And I'm trying to organize my stuff as best I could today, but it just doesn't happen all the time. All right. And another beaded necklace. I'll give you the description here in a second. Just as soon as I mark and bag this. I'm going to do my marker. Yeah. So I'm going to get confused later. I spend a lot of time looking at videos of what I did. All right. So this is also, let me check here. Oh yeah, these are glass beads. I can't say the ones in between it, the seed beads are not, but the larger beads are definitely glass. I don't know how to describe this. It has green, and there's a name for this type of bead as well. I just don't, I forgot to ask my wife to tell me what they are. But we'll call this the green seed. Oops, I did it again. Typed the wrong place. Green seed bead and glass necklace. And then we'll start this one at, I could do 7 on this one as well, I think. And it says lobster claw style clasp on there. You can see the colorful, these are kind of almost an aqua green, a bit more green than blue. I would say that's probably 16-inch. Yep. I mean, I'm not stretching it out. If I stretch it out, I'd make it almost 18. But just leaving it as it lies naturally like that. Oh, yeah, write down Chris's name. Oh, yeah. Put it on my list. Put it in 2 places. I'll make a mistake. Okay. Oops, let me get that picture here better. Oh, doing double duty here, huh? Cool. Well, thank you. Okay. No interest in that little guy. Nice little colorful necklace. We'll put pass on that. And the rest of them. Oh, yeah, pin. You have any pins? This one is marked. See if we can read it here. So this one is marked Sterling H. I'm trying to get my light on just right here so I can make out the lettering. I have to look at it with a loop. But it is Sterling H something or other. Let's say H. I'll get it under a brighter light here. Contrast that's on. I'll show it on camera and maybe we can read it on camera better sometimes. Okay, so this is marked. Oops, get rid of the other. We'll start this because it's sterling. We'll start this, and then you'll see it's about, it's not too big. It's about 1.5 inches across, I'd say. Total length is about 1.5 inches. Let's say the width is about the same. Yeah, roughly. It is not heavy. It's a very thin silver pin. So this, I would say, in the sense of that. So we'll start this at, let's say $8. How's that sound? Now I'll show you the pin up close. It's got a nice shine to it. It really does. And it is marked on the back. So let me see if I can keep my hand steady enough for you to be able to read it. Get the lighting just on it just right. No, upside down. HSB, it looks like, with an arrow through it. I know that it's a jeweler's mark. I don't know, and I've seen this one before. I just don't remember. I should write these down when I see them. Then I probably lose wherever I wrote it down anyway. But Sterling HS looks like HSB, I would say, with an arrow through it. And I know this is some significance to the arrow in that. So it is usually an indication of a maker's mark. And I think maybe the initials of the artist or whatever, or something like that. But that makes any sense to anybody? Or if they have time to look it up. Okay. And while that is up, what will we do next? Okay. Oh, I see Chris at 8. Sorry, Chris. I was looking away and I wasn't paying attention. So for the next item. So we'll say going once. Going twice. Last column. Sold to Chris for $8. Thank you, Chris. Put that with your other piece. Write that down. All right. Okay. What was I going to do? Oh yeah. Remember I said I have more than usual non-jewelry stuff this week, but not a crazy amount. I have mostly jewelry, but oh, what is that? Oh my goodness. That is a pair of Mama Bear slippers. And these are brand new. Oh, what did she say? I wrote that one down. I didn't. So we'll start at $6. How's that sound? Brand new. Still has a tag on. There's the original price. Mama Bear clog. Size small, 5'6", made by Deer Foam. Cozy comfort. 50% off their listed price. There's a loose thread there. Any interested in Mama Bear slippers? It is the bottoms. They have like a non-skid. So I think they're not, intended to not be slippery on the floor. You've been interested in those. I know it's not the right season. Christmas in July kind of thing, right? We had our hands on them. I said I'm going to show them. If not, well, we'll show them again later or whatever. Okay. And that's up there. I'm going to take care of a couple other pairs of earrings here. Have them ready to show. All right. Okay, no interest in slippers. We'll pass on slippers. I keep knocking things down. Goodness gracious. Yeah, what the heck? When I just knocked down, I'll show that. This is a. I think I may have showed this in the past auction, but I don't. Sometimes I don't keep good track of what I've done. This is a Leah Sophia piece. I'll show you the markings on it in a bit. So it is a, not leather, but a cloth and chain necklace. My wife starts, I'm sure she's already been Christmas shopping, or at least thinking about it. Okay, Leah Sophia necklace. Oh, let's start this one at $6. I think I may have shown this before, but I'm not sure. I'll show the Tim pendant first here. So it's got a dark. This is a stone. Let me get the light on this better. It's not really showing the color of the stone. The bottom stone is, you can sort of see the color there. It's purple. Top stone, I'm trying to move it here so you can see it's kind of red. And the center stone is a really deep, almost black. I think it's supposed to be, I don't think it's quite black. It is marked Leah Sophia. There. And on the clasp itself is a Leah Sophia as well. It says on the little tag there. Looks like it's pretty short. I would say, including the chain here, maybe 14. No, 16. Maybe 16 with the chain. So, if there's any interest in Leah Sophia, oh, I didn't put that up on the screen. Let's do that. Not that matters. You have to wait for me to put it up on the screen. Okay. You're knocking things down. You're knocking things down. I'm going to put it over here so I'm not knocking that piece down. Let's see, what's next? What's next? We showed this. That's not good. Okay. Oh, this is my name here. All right. No interest in Leah. I know Leah Sophia was really hot for a while. I guess people had their home parties and stuff. My wife got some other stuff that way. Oh, see Kelly at 6. Thank you, Kelly. You say going once. Yeah, I don't think the light is doing this any favors. It really is more colorful than what you see there on the stones. Going twice. The last call. Sold to Kelly, $6. Thank you. Let me find a bag for your stuff. Find my marker. Okay, I'm right on my list. So I'm writing it down twice. So I'm making mistakes. Plus, I don't want to confuse it. Okay, off the screen. Okay, thank you. Well, let's do another collectible. This one's a pretty interesting one. Big item, sort of. Coffee cup. Back it up a little bit so we can see it better. There we go. How do I spell coffee? Did spell no 2 N's in Guinness. We'll start this one. I did break this up. This one down. Is this one I did cut? No, I did. So I was surprised. Look, well, a local, I should say, an online gift shop was selling these. So that's the retail price. I'm going to go way below that. I'm going to say $8. I mean, this thing is mint. You know, you can sometimes see the little, dirt and stuff around the edge of the bottom. Nothing. And apparently, I didn't know that this toucan is a thing for Guinness. So, and then it even says Guinness on the inside. Look at how clean that is. That is just spotless. I see Kelly at 6, 8. Now I can't even read. Goodness gracious. I'll say going once. Excuse me. And going twice. I gotta grab a sip of water. Last call. Sold to Kelly. Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. Okay. Now, let's do another pair of sterling earrings. These are sterling, again, sterling hooks. Sterling hooks. They are marked 925, I believe. If not, I'm pretty confident they are because my wife put them on there. We replaced the earrings that were on. I think we replaced them. That's why I know that. We did check them. So these are enough of the same dichroic glass source we've had before, but they're similar to those. Let me get rid of this message on the screen. And you can see they're not really big. I'll put the ruler here so you can get an idea of size. The piece of glass itself is only about a half an inch. Now I'll give you a better look at them here in a second. Yeah, I thought it was a cool mug too. My wife loves Guinness. I do not. I'm more of a Pilsner type of guy, and the rare occasion that I do have one. So, okay, so we're going to call these. They're sort of dichroic, but just for lack of a better description, I am going to call them dichroic earrings, and we will start these at. Should be sterling. $7. And I'll show it up close here. You can see right next to my thumb, it is not a large earring. Get the focus here. There we go. And you see the glass. It looks like it's kind of a stacked material. It's not heavy though, surprisingly. There's the one. There's the other. Get focus. see the layering there. And you see that the ear wires are sterling. Oh, she could be out walking. Pups a little. Gee, what weather we've been having. Well, it's actually, I don't know what it is right now outside. It was starting to drop finally a little bit, but we may get thunderstorms. So where she is in Illinois, I think they're still getting some pretty hot weather. Sorry, I'll keep that on screen. Anyway, often what some folks do is they, are doing their walking or their chores and stuff, and then they get caught up when they come back, or when they have a better option to type. So I'm just cleaning my glasses. That's just smudged. Actually, I'll switch glasses. Go back to my computer glasses. This year I got smart. I work on the computer 4 hours a day besides this stuff and my regular job, and I got smart, got some glasses for working at the computer. What a difference. I highly recommend it. Yeah, she got quite a few great opinions. Okay, well, we'll pass on these, and if there's any interest in them later, slip those aside here. Oh, that's right, this little pen, I think I couldn't find any markings on it. I'm going to double check here, but it's heavy, so I didn't see any markings, and I don't. I'm pretty sure it's not silver, but it's cute. Little pin, little poodle pin. It's looks like about an inch or so tall. Let me get that off the screen. We'll start the poodle pin at $5. Here's the front. There's the back. So I didn't see any markings. Try to center that. Sorry. The pin doesn't seem to stick out enough to cause a problem. So no stabby factor, some say. You can see it's not a large pin. You see my thumb's about an inch. So center, there we go. And there's a little coloration in the eye and in the collar. It looks like you get little tiny crystals in the collar, I think, or pieces of glass, pink glass. Maybe. Come on, focus. There we go. Okay. No. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot to write down the list of few. No, I did write it down. Okay. Thought I was slipping. All right, now interest in the poodle pin. Set that aside. How about another purse? Like I said, I got a few of them tonight. This one didn't have a name of any sort on it. It was very pretty. I'm going to back up the camera here a little bit. Up so you can see it better. Yeah, get rid of this. And camera down a little bit. There we go. So I'm calling this the flower bag purse. And we're going to start this one at $8, I think it was. That one. Yeah. I saw a brand new one going for considerably more. This is not new, of course. We do what we can. And this one is has the handle plus a strap, all in excellent condition. Gold tone trim on the zippers and latches and stuff. The strap is detachable, as you can see here. There's a zippered pouch on the front here. I'll call this the front. And another zippered pouch there. Kind of a beige interior, I guess, or light tan. Interior bag here that's open but not zippable. Then there's the main compartment. It's the two, plus a zippered container in here. And a large zipper for the top. And the back. Very pretty. Nice purse. It is definitely vinyl. Not cloth. No name anywhere. All I found was the tag saying what the material is. And it just says man-made material. This one's probably made in Cambodia. Another made in Cambodia. So there is that. Excuse me. You want to draw enough water. Excuse me. Okay. Well, that's up. What do next? Yeah, I didn't show any purses in the preview, and I didn't really have them in hand, I guess is the best way to put it. But there they are. I've got two Longenberger's ones as well that I'll be showing shortly. Longenberger for famous to the basket. It turns out I met somebody who worked there. And, pretty cool. All right, no interest in the purse. No purse buyers tonight, huh? Well, that's okay. Let's go with a pin. I haven't done a pin for a while. This one is marked. I'll go do it in the loop again. It's a Monet. Bring the camera up closer. And down. There we go. And as you can see, it's about roughly a little over an inch and almost an inch and a half in tall. So a Monet butterfly pin. We'll start this at $6. How's that sound? Very pretty. And I'll show you the label on the back. Here it says Monet. Pin. No stabby factor on the pin. You can see here. Doesn't stick out. Yeah, well, Monet tends to be, reasonably good quality, I think, from my limited knowledge of it. But we've got a little bit of land, and so we let what used to be pasture kind of go wild. It's got a bunch of wild apple trees out there. Well, they probably were actually well maintained apple trees before we moved here, but we let things go wild. And one of the things we've learned over the years is we leave the milkweed alone because apparently monarchs like milkweed. So, and so we have that out there. Of course, the deer love it out there too. They bed down. If I walk out in my field, I often see the deer been laying down for the night. We had a nice doe in our yard a couple of weeks back. So she came around here a little while off and on a couple of times. Okay, let's see. What's next? Well, I mentioned the Longenberger. Let me do that, and I'll show you one of those. Trying to set things up here for the next item. Okay. All right, I will pass on that. Okay, camera back up. Boom, Longaburger. It's a cloth, a bag. This is definitely more of a tote. I want to call this a, oops, what happened? I lost something here. There we go. Let's try it again. I'm going to call this a tote because that's more or less what it really is. I'm going to start this at $6. It's all cloth. Little handle here. There's the Longaburger tag on it. And it's just a snap interior and a big square bottom, and it says Longaburger on the lining material. I think it even says what it's made of here somewhere. For order information, let's see here. This says Longaburger Homestead Experience the Legacy. So, talks about ordering information. That's the front with the name on it. That's the back. It is not new. It is secondhand. But so there's a little bit of dirt on the, little bit of wear on the handle, but nothing serious. It's not fraying, anything like that. Probably just a good wash, actually. Probably take. I see Kelly at 6. Also going once. And twice. Last call. And sold to Kelly for $6. Thank you. Yeah, they're really well made. They're just like they're any other products. It's just really well made. So let me write that down. Thank you. Okay. I keep opening this board. Oh, I haven't done a necklace for a while. Let's do this one here. As long as I got it handy. So this is a geode slice, gold tone chain. I know I think this is gold plated right here. It's a gold foil along the edge. Not 100% sure, but it's a very, very thin coating, right, of gold foil over whatever metal they fused it with. And I think that's an 18-inch chain. Yep, 18-inch chain cone. And here's the geode slice. And as you can see, all geodes have some defects in them. So Turquoise Fever. Oh, there's a new one. I have not seen you before. Not even on the other auctions that I tend to watch. But maybe I've seen you, maybe not. Just don't recognize it. Okay, so let's see. A geode. Spell it right. Sliced necklace. Oh, let's keep this at $6. What's that saying? I know this could be gold. If this is gold foil, it isn't. It is not enough to make a big difference, but it's there. So I see Chris at 6. So Turquoise Fever, if you go up to the top of the chat, you'll see I'll put it in my email here as well. But if you have not sent to me before, please send me your real name, your shipping information, your PayPal information, and I will keep you. I'll know that it's someone I can trust. Appreciate that. So, okay. So, see Chris at 6, and we'll say going once. Turquoise, we've also, I tend to move a little quicker maybe than some auctions. So, only because I'm only doing this till 10:30, and I often have 25 to 30 items. So, moving, and of course I wasted the first 10 minutes of it yakking. So, but anyway, okay, and we'll say last call. Well, I'm passing the savings on to you, right? That's what I'm trying to do here. So I'm not losing money. I'm giving you the best deal I can. So that was Chris. And it is sold. Thank you, Chris. Bang that up. So I'm get this laid, put it in the bag with your name on it. I did say I had one torque, so I think I will show that now. And any Star Wars fans out there, and or Matchbox car collectors, this is not brand new, but the box has got some tape. Somebody put masking tape on this corner for some strange reason, and there's a little bit of damage on the box. So it's not immaculate, but I don't think the seals are still on the edges of the boxes. So I don't think they ever took the cars out. I priced this. Go look at what they want for this at Walmart. Brand new. And I'm going to start this at $18. I was going to go say more, but I think I'll keep it. I don't know. That's about a third of what it's going for. Not quite, a little more than a third of what it's going for brand new. Brand new. Now, this isn't brand new, but it's in pretty darn good. I mean, the cars are obviously in immaculate condition. The box, so. So Chris, 18, Kelly at 19. Yeah, Matchbox. You've got a double whammy here because you got Matchbox and you've got Star Wars. So you show you the back. I didn't show you the back of the box. There's the back. Does it have a date on that? It should have a date here somewhere. Until 2018. So this came out 7 years ago. Makes sense because so the characters. So you're at 24, Kelly. There's some resale value in there. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely want to keep it in that range. Um, so I got it for, let's just say, a good deal, and I'm not losing money on it. But Chris is out, so we're going to say going once. Thank you, Chris, for that. Let me know. Going twice. Last call. Sold to Kelly for $24. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll take really good care of that. Even still had the little hang thing they hung up for display. So write that down. Okay, put that in a safe place. Let's see, we haven't done a necklace for a while. Let's do a necklace. This is a no-name brand, but this is real rose quartz, and I believe the beads are rose quartz as well. Let me check the silver tone pieces around them. Now, they don't react to a magnet. The only thing that reacts to a magnet is one of the jump rings and the extender chain. So I'm not going to say they're silver. I'm just going to call them silver tone. But let's get that in the frame here. I'm trying to get it all in. There we go. Okay. Yo, you can keep it? Good for you. Okay. Okay. Rose quartz necklace. I'm not going to. I'm going to say it's. You can see the silver tone pieces in there. I can tell you right now that the extended chain is not silver; it's magnetic, and the clasp. The jump rings around the clasp are also magnetic. The clasp did not react, but that doesn't mean anything necessarily. But let's start this one at $9. So, and I'll show you the. So there's the clasp and the extender chain. And if you want to see the beads up close, all rose quartz and those silver tone pieces in between. Now, except for the necklace itself, the necklace is the base of it. It looks like they. I'm guessing that's hematite in between that offsets the rose quartz pieces. This is a really nice piece. And I see Kelly at 9. Oh, you don't? Yeah, I'm when I'm in the auctions, with relatively rare exceptions, I buy for myself or my family for gifts mostly. So there's only one auction where I think where there's some stuff that's good for resale, and the rest I buy for personal use. So I'm in the same boat. Yeah, yeah. I'm guessing this is hematite in between. I'm pretty sure actually. We deal with we've had have a lot of hematite. I was going through some of this stuff comes through our own jewelry, and I was going through those little bins. They have these plastic, these bins like this. You can see just full of stuff. Some of it's just random pieces, but I have bins of all sorted sizes of that stuff like that. So, oh, that was very nice, Kelly. If you're doing that, yeah. Okay, so we did see Kelly at 9 for that. So we'll say going once. Whoops, I got to type in the right place here. Going once, going twice. Last call. and sold to Kelly for $9. Let me write that down. It should be in the bag too. Okay. Yes, let's put that in the bag. Be on the safe side. While we're doing that, I'll tease you with a view of the next item. So these are glass earrings. And they're on sterling. The ear wires are sterling. Oh, let me get rid of that on the screen here. There we go. All right, I'm going to call this the square glass earrings on 925 wire. We'll start this with $7. And let's bring them up close so you can see them. The color's not too bad there against the brown of that card. But those are sterling ear wires. Let me take one off of there and show you it against the flush tone so you get a better sense of what it looks like. Definitely very cold to the touch. That's why I know it's glass. But I'll give you an idea of the size too here against my thumb. And they're about less than an inch, I would say. Ink on my, I realize I wrote on my thumb. So get a sense of the color pretty good against the white background, I think. All right, so Chris at 7. All right, so going once. And twice. Last call. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Chris. Put those in the bag as well. Put that down. Okay. Yeah, I am. Anybody's interested, I don't have anything. Well, they're actually within reach, sort of. I'd have to get them, walk over to get them, but I actually do have vintage Matchbox and Tootsie Toys. If anybody's a Tootsie Toy collector, you know what I'm talking about. So, Eric, thank you. Let's see, where are we? What haven't we shown? So we've done earrings, just did earrings, necklaces. Oh, I know I think there was somebody out there, and maybe it was Beth. I can't, maybe I just knocked them. It's not something I want to go. I'll find it later. These are blueberry quartz 6mm beads, and it's just for. These are not made into a necklace. They're just on a string for somebody who might be interested in making something. But they are what's called blueberry quartz. I'm going to write it down. Anybody interested in something like this, I'll put them out there for $5. And there, I don't know how many there are. I might say on the tag. I don't think it does though. No. I'm going to guess it's probably in the range of about 50 or more. Well, you see Kelly at 5. Like I said, if somebody's into crafts and stuff, these are really, really nice. I forget where we got these. This is back. These. My wife's probably had these for 30 years. But, hey, Chris. Nice of you to join us tonight. We'll say going once for Kelly's thing at 5 for the blueberry quartz. Let me grab a sip of water here first, real quick. And going twice. Last call. Kelly. Sold to Kelly for $5. I'm going to write that down and put it in my bag. And somehow I misplaced my marker. I actually have several collections of just beads for jewelry somewhere around here. I have got bins full of beads. Full of beads. I know teenage girls around here, at least, seem to be really interested. There's a bead place not far from here that they all love to go to buy their beads. And they have, plastic, glass, and stone. Quite a nice variety, actually. So, okay, thank you for that. We haven't, I know what, let's do this. I did talk about this in the chat. It was in the preview. This is, I really didn't know how to price this one. So, this is marked. I'm going to show you the marking if I can. Okay. See if that'll show up. It's probably going to be upside down, but I apologize for that. I can't keep my hand steady enough for it to focus. There. Yeah, it's upside down. 14 kgp. And even the clasp is marked. Somehow. I can't keep my hand steady enough to read it. I'm just looking at it with a loop. I'm trying to lean over and do that. But the class is marked the same. This is really long. Let me get you a length. What did I do with my ruler? I just had it. Maybe that's what I marked down. Okay. This is really, really long. Looks like 22 inch. And the pattern on this is like that. Okay, so you could, okay, so this is marked 14 kgdp necklace. I'm going to start this at, I'm going to try and, I want to keep this reasonable, $20. It's probably worth a lot more. I have no idea. I know plated doesn't go as much as gold, obviously real gold, but I do know that there is some value in it because it tends to wear better, and the gold doesn't deteriorate, doesn't discolor. Um, is that a fair price? I'm hoping that's a fair price. Uh, so, so there it is. It is marked. I think that's all this. Let me see if it's marked on both sides, or just marked on one side. Oh, the other side just has a G on it. I don't know if that means anything. A maker's mark, I guess. So, is that a fair price? Am I asking too much? It is. Okay. Thank you, Chris. I sometimes when it comes to the gold-plated stuff, I'm not quite so sure. When it comes to gold or anything that's gold, I have a pretty good idea what it's worth. But the gold-plated stuff, I'm always a little concerned that I want to be fair-minded about that. So, and I say this is long too. It's really long necklace. Okay. So what do I think about what's going to be next? I'm showing purses tonight in part. I had a couple of new ones, or new used ones, I should say. I literally have, I think, I want to say at least 1.5 storage bins, maybe 2, of purses. Some brand new. I've shown them before in past auctions. I just, I may bring them back sometime in the future to show them again, because there are some people here that I don't think have been in my auctions maybe a year or two ago when I was showing some of these. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, well, I don't see anybody interested in that, so we will pass on that. And they will end up on eBay or wherever. I have to show you. I almost brought this to auction last week. I have this sticker. Sticker came off the shelf. I have this Trifari piece that I don't know if anybody would be interested in paying I know it's going what one identical or almost identical to what it's going for. But this is Trifari. Anybody interested in Trifari? Let me know and I'll throw a price out there. But it is definitely Trifari. It's marked on the clasp. And I don't think it's gold plated. There's no markings indicating that it is. There are some folks pushing some of these out there, like similar to this one that they claim are gold plated, but I don't believe it is. I don't believe Trifari does that in general. So, but anyway, it was a piece I almost showed last week, and I'm showing it to you this week. If there's any interest, put something in the chat now. We can talk. Otherwise, I'm going to go to the next item I plan to do. And that is this combination sachet leather backpack. What do you want to call it? I'm going to have to back the camera way up for this one. If I can anymore. Let me see if I can do it some more here. I'm going to move something out of the way. Let's keep it neat. A few things in the way here. Keep the camera moving. Okay, it is genuine leather. Get these out of the way. Those will come up in a bit. And I saw this identical piece going. There's no name on it. There is a tag inside. It says it's genuine leather. I'll show you all of it in a bit here. They call it a backpack sachet. Is that the right word I was using? Backpack satchel. Satchel. That's the one for it. Satchel. We'll start this one at $20, which is a good price for leather, I think. And so it's got this clasp of. We'll just unhook it here. So you can see it definitely has this strapping here for the backpack in the back. You see that okay, right? And this thing's, it really is immaculate. I didn't see, it's a piece of smush there, but that's about it. But it is really, really good. There's a zippered pocket here. And you can see the pieces there. You open that clasp there. It has a pull tie for the top, so you can pull it tight. There's a zippered pocket on the inside. There's where it says genuine leather, made in Mexico. So Mexican leather. And it's got some weight to it. Definitely not a light piece. So there's a handle as well as having this. Now it's not detachable, so but straps are adjustable. Is that anything that somebody would be interested in? Hang it up there so it's. And you see, there's the bottom. I didn't see any wear on it anywhere that I could find. Usually, you get it on the edges and on the corners, that kind of thing, and the seams. This thing's, if it was used, it was very lightly, very well taken care of, or very lightly used. And when I comped it, yeah, these go for it. They go for a nice price. So this is way below market price on these. But I'm passing on my savings to you. So, as I try. And I've got one more purse, I think, before the night's out, and one possibly more collectible. Plus some jewelry, of course. I've got more silver jewelry coming, another silver necklace. Yeah. Okay, well, nobody interested in that piece of leather. We'll pass. Here's a really nice piece. And we will do another necklace. Let's go with this one. These are some glass. Bring it closer now. Sorry. Display's getting out of hand here. There we go. Okay, so this is these are glass beads on wire. This is all wire holding this together. With a lobster claw clasp. I'll try and get you the color here. It's kind of a purplish color. It looks kind of darker than that on the screen here. So I'm going to call this the glass bead wire necklace. And we'll start this at, oops, I spelled necklace. We'll start this at, what's that beginning price? I guess it's around $7, I guess is what. Keep that in the same price as some of the others. So I'll try and show you the color a little bit better here. You can kind of see the color a little better here. And the lighter color beads in between. They're kind of brownish looking, aren't they, on the camera? They really aren't. Let's just come up closer on the white background here. I'll show you. No, that didn't help. All right. Focus now. There we go. Oh, blank. I keep misplacing my ruler. Looks like, overall length is almost 20 inches. Longer than I thought. So, okay. Yeah, so what they do to keep from sliding is you see these little stops in between the beads and the gap. So we aren't going to slide around. It's actually very well made. So I don't know if there's no name on it, no signature, no markings of any sort. Okay, we'll pass. So can't linger on this one. We'll go on to something else. We'll do some little earrings. Oh, these are cute. And these are marked sterling. I don't know if this is the best way to display. Let me see if I can display this a little better. Put them down there. Unicorn earrings. Marked sterling. Net post style earrings. I think the backs, I'm not sure the backs are marked. There we go. But there they are. I'm not doing myself any favors. I'm marking things around. Here's the back. It is not the backs. I was looking to see if the back was marked, but if it is, I can't see it. But I know the earrings, the unicorns themselves are silver. I just don't know about the pumps. Oops, I'm doing this. We'll start these at $6. Okay. And losing it here. I lost it. I see Chris at 6. Yeah, I didn't show them close. I didn't really show them close, did I? And the sterling mark is really, really hard to find, but it is there. It's, I don't know which side of it. You'll see an ST in a certain spot, but it is there. There's the other one. Six. We'll say going once. Oops. Get over this one. Not doing myself any favors. There we go. Going twice. That's cool. Sold to Chris for $6. All right, thank you, Chris. I'm going to find a bag for those and be sure to put the earring backs on them so you don't lose those. I will, if I'm not careful. Although I have plenty of them. Like I've mentioned before, I've did jewelry for a number of years, so I have a lot of stuff just kind of laying around. I've been able to, and as a couple of you can attest, I know Marlene in particular, I've taken some old clip earrings and converted them to shuffle coats when possible. And I have a few more like that actually that I can mean to do. They're actually sitting right here in front of me. But okay, let's write that down. Thank you. And put it in so I don't lose them. It's separated. Okay. Let's go with, oh, this is a mark, named, whatever you want to call it. This necklace is a baked beads necklace. And it is glass. Let me see if I get this right way. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, good. Let me get the camera up and down, and get rid of this. Hide that. And we'll start this one at $7. Baked beads. I know I've had some of their material. I've had some of their things before. It's not silver. It's silver tone. Here's the name. I'll just knock the camera out. I did that. Let's turn that up. And it's double chained. Notice on each side. And these are cold to my hands, so I'm assuming glass, not stone. Do I like that? Why are my comments not showing it? There we go. See my winning at 7. You like the grand? Oh, good. Yeah, and the color is coming out pretty close to what I see here. A little darker, maybe, but not that much. And again, it varies from monitor to monitor, I realize. So, but we'll see going once. And going twice. The last call then. And sold my limit for $6. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make that down. Okay. I'm going to do the same with that. Put that in the bag. Okay. Oh, I didn't see that. Hang on. Let's go back and look at the chat here. I missed that. I apologize. I missed that. Sorry, Melanie. Yes, I will mark that. Let me write that down now. I think it was 20 I was asking. Right? Yes. Is that what it was? I can't remember. Just going back through the chat here. Make sure I am in the right place. I saw somebody actually had a question about longer burger, which did sell. But I have another one. Where is it? Why do I not see that in the chat? Well, you'll have to remind me, I guess, what I was asking for. I can't find it. Was it 20? Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Okay, so sold. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me write it down. Okay. All right, I just mentioned the longer burger. I have another longer burger. Bag. Oh, I'll take that back. This one's, I didn't notice this one had some stains on it. I will not show that one. I don't like doing that. Oh, is it? No, I don't know if that's stains or a pattern. No, it's stains. Dark on. Oh, I'll have to see if I can wash it. It's just, you see it. Oops. It's got some stains in the bottom. It's too bad. I thought there's on the other side it looks like a pattern, but no, it must have gotten brushed up against something. I have others, but not with me. So, where are we? We're doing on time. 10:17. All right, let's do another set of earrings. These are also on sterling hooks. It's way too high, that camera. Shoulders. Move the camera here for a second. There. That's a better angle. And it's just on the card here. It's not, and that is stone. That is the pink is rhodonite. So anyway, okay. So we're all covered on the bag. Okay, we're good. So pink. I'm gonna spell this wrong. I'm sure. Rhodonite earrings on 925 wire. We'll start these at 7 also. I've been doing most of the other. Oops. Put 4, 7. Starting bid at $7. So, shade it up close. Oh boy, that's not doing me a favor. That's not good against the black. Let's do this. 925 earring. Man, a pussy time. That's rhodonite. It is. So obviously these are tumbled and polished stones. So they're not identical, just so you're aware. It's real stone, so you're not going to get identical. Okay, I see Chris at 7, so say going once. Going twice. Last call. Let's put the wrong price in there. Sold you, Chris, for $7. Thank you, Chris. Write your name down. Okay. Other stuff. Okay, I did say I had more sterling, I think. I believe I said that. This is marked 925, Italy. So let's get this out there. It is a pattern you've seen I've had before. This is flat style, like so. This is really, really long. I think it's over 20. It is. Looks like I want to say 26 inch. 26 inch. Um, 925. I should say marked. 925 herringbone. I remember the name. Necklace. We'll start this at $16. So I think that's a pretty reasonable price for that large for that. And let's see if I can show you the markings or not. I can keep my hand steady enough and it focuses. There's the marking right there. One of them anyway. And that's the 925 side, and then that's the Italy. And that's not, it's focusing, but it's not picking it up because of the, but there it is. And you see the style of clasp it is, of course. Herringbone pattern of sorts. Let's see, 17, let's see, 20. It is really long. And I do have more sterling coming up, but not another necklace, another earrings. I'm actually, by the time 10:30 rolls around, I will have not shown you everything I had planned to show. I've just, and I think I've been going pretty quickly. But I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget something that I thought would be really noteworthy. So, not too crisp, but interesting. Oh, okay. Let me tell you about that. I will ask. Okay, let's deal with this first, then we'll get to the far piece. Okay, so say going once, going twice, last call. Sold to Chris for $20. I always have to make sure that nobody snipes. They do happen. Not with me. You guys, generally aren't snipers. Most of them work at this here. Pretty good though. I've got to tell you an interesting piece I also have is a toy / collectible. Anybody ever heard the TV show that had a character called Mrs. Beasley? I have a Mrs. Beasley doll that's in the original box. The box is a little rough, but the doll's, I don't think the doll's been taken out of it. And I'm debating about whether I should bring it to auction or not, but it'll end up on eBay if I don't. But it is really cool. It's tall. It's like 20 inch, I think, maybe something like that. And it has the voice. It's a voice. It has a voice in it that. Thank you, Melanie. The voices. What was her name? Famous actress. And I can't think of her name. Anyway, she's the voice of the doll. So this is the Trifari piece I showed earlier. Well, that's the back. You can see what the back looks like. It is marked on the clasp. Well, finger. I'm just all thumbs tonight. There's where it's marked. I can keep my hand steady enough for it to focus. Trifari, and there's a copyright on there. I have seen this going for, well, I say what people are asking for. I don't know what they actually, this particular one, I can't say I found this exact design. I just found designs similar to it. It's crazy. The prices were, for some of these pieces, were like 50, 60, $70. And I'm not going to ask that. I'm not asking that. And would it be, I would go for half of what I saw most of them going for, which would be 25 bucks. And if you were our, if somebody out there is a reseller, there's 20 bucks to be made on this, easy, I'm sure, if you have the patience. Because jewelry doesn't always sell that quickly on eBay. Most of my jewelry that's been out there, it's been out there for quite some time. So, um, so that's kind of where I'm going to go with this. That's the limited amount of, and I have to say, I did a limited amount of research. Could not find this exact pattern, but pattern is very similar to it. This clamshell sort of pattern. So that's okay. I see Kelly at 25. I'm okay with that. Thank you. Is anybody else interested? Otherwise, I'm going to say going once. I'm going to grab us some water here first. Gotta lose my voice. Going twice. To be honest, I'm happy to sell it to you for a good price rather than have it sitting there on eBay for me for a year, which is sometimes what it takes to sell jewelry on eBay. I've got Joan Rivers pieces I've had out there from the estate. I think they've been out there for over a year. So sold. Alrighty. Thank you, Kelly. Mark that down right now. And write it down. Okay. Oh, I've got some of the pieces I have on eBay are sitting right here in front of me, actually, on my shelf. I usually keep them in the cabinet, but I haven't. And some of these came from the estate. That's why I've got them out there, trying to get a better deal from my client. Yeah, yeah, you want to see a $70 piece, silver, Norwegian. That's what that is. That's a $70 piece right there. Silver and enamel. And it's a Norwegian artist. I can't think of his name right now. Did I write it down? I've seen some of his pins going as high as $200. But there's some pretty cool. This is all from that's from the estate. I got another Trifari pin, a Nolan Miller pin, stuff like that out there. So, okay. Earrings. We did that one. No, we didn't do these. Oh, yes. Sterling silver. My wife says these are real pearls and they're real color. They're not perfect round pearls, but they are pink. And they're not dyed, she says. And that's on sterling. Or 925 wire. I'm going to start these at $8. Let me take them off the card because sometimes against that brown doesn't do them justice. It really makes a difference. Now, they are pink. I know it looks kind of washed out a little bit, but they are a pale pink. Now, if I can maybe back the light off a little bit, maybe no, that doesn't make a difference. Turn the light down a little bit. No. Whoop, wrong button. That's my light. I messed up my light now. Ah, I'll fix my light here. Give me a second. I can't get there. Yeah. Okay. Well, see, Chris at 8. So, what's there? Well, I don't have to get up. I'm just thinking out loud here. I don't have to get up early tomorrow for work. It's not my early day. It's my later in the day. Okay, what's that going once? Going twice. The last call. Well, our granddaughter's already picked out anything she wants. Well, actually, I say that, but only from the stuff that my wife had from her business. Not all of this comes from that, so she hasn't seen some of this stuff. So, okay, bag that up to you, Chris. It is 10:30, so I am gonna wrap it up soon pretty quickly here. See if I had one more necklace I think I was going to show. And that one is, bag this up and load it down. Okay. I think that's it. Well, no, that's not true. I have other stuff, but we'll save that for next week. So let me bring the camera up for this one here and get the intensity turned up a little bit here. And see the pendant. And a little higher still, looks like. Get it all in. Yeah, do that. That way you can see all of it. Now these are cold to the touch. Don't know if it's silver or silver tone. And it is a hooks. You can hear it's really loud when you drop it. You can see it's one of these style of hooks for a clasp. Let me see if it reacts to a magnet. That'll give you the first hint. Does not react to a magnet. Does not react to a magnet. So, draw whatever conclusions you want from that. It's kind of a pale green, cold, I would say. So, I'm going to call this the pale green necklace. And, oops, I just misspelled necklace again. We'll start this one at $7. Show it up close here. You can see, what we call occlusions in the stone. And all the various pieces throughout for the focus. I'm going to guess, not including the pendant, it's probably 16 to 18 inches. 16, it looks like, to the pendant, not including the pendant. Oh, I see we're at 12.14. 14 is the latest bid with Chris. $15 for Kelly. Yeah, an auction, as they say. I will try and remember to bring some of the longer burgers back next week. Originally, I had said last week that we weren't going to have an auction next week. That was CU20 bid, Kelly. But our vacation plans got canceled. It's going to be pouring rain, and at least from the long-term forecast. And what fun is there camping in the rain? So, whoa, big jump for Chris for 28. I didn't bring. I did bring a couple of estate pieces in tonight, but I didn't really show them. I'll take a minute to show them afterwards. 29 for Kelly. Yeah, this style clasp I don't see very often anymore with the hook and eye kind of thing. Probably a lot easier than those spring thingies. Mrs. Beasley. Oh yes, I'll bring Mrs. Beasley in next week. Sure. Yeah, we came across that. My wife said, "Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is." I'm still trying to think of who the actress is that does the name. Famous blondish actress, very pretty model type. Is she on Charlie's Angels? Maybe one of those three. I can't recall. At 35 now, 40. Wow, you guys really like this one. I have no idea what the stone is. I could only guess, and my wife didn't tell me, so I didn't try to look it up. We're at 42, 46. I don't know much about this particular piece, to be honest, other than I know it's, it is very interesting colors. It's very, not, like I say, you don't see that style of class much anymore. And out to Chris. Okay, thank you, Kelly, for saying that. All right, we'll say going once, going twice. Last call. Sold to Chris for $46. Thank you, Chris. Okay, carefully bag that one up. I carefully bag everything up. I'm just joking. Chris, 46. So yes, we will probably be having an auction next week. Lord willing, as I always say. I will dig into some of the estate. Maybe I'll bring back some of the estate pieces I've shown a year or more ago. I did come across this collection of pins, and I will show them all. If there's any interest in them, they are signed. All of these are signed by the artist, and so I'm guessing because they're signed, they're hand painted. They're on wood. Those three, okay, those are three, and then the last one is not signed. It is signed, but it's a different. It's from something called the Wishing Well Studio. So. So I'll show you each of the pieces, and if there's any interest in any of them, just say which one you're interested in, and I'll give you a number. So this one's got a little teddy bear painted on it. These are signed. I cannot make out the name clearly. I think it's F. Neal, Neal. from 2002. Same here. And this one's signed also in 2002. Oh, come on, stop there. Focus on me. There it is. I have to say, it's very consistent about the signature. And then this one here, all painted on wood. Neil, 2002. Oh, sorry. Comments are showing up and I'm not paying attention here. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading through all the comments here. And then this one's from the Wishing Well studio, and that's how it's marked on the back. It just has WWS copyright, and that also appears to be hand painted as well. Is there any interest in that kind of a pin out there? I have no idea. These are all, like I said, from the estate, so I didn't know if there'd be something interesting. And if there is, I can throw you a number out there for. I would say the same number for any one of them. I would say, like $8 or $10 in that range, something like that. They are hand painted, so I think that's a reasonable price for a hand painted pin. So, but if that's going to be it for tonight, I think, like I said, I didn't show everything I brought to show. I do have to get up in the morning, go to work, and I do have some stuff that might have been that I know was in the preview that I did not show. I apologize. I do have. Yeah. If there's something you saw in the preview, yeah. Yeah, Kim's probably started by now. She usually starts around 10 or 10:30. So, but anyway, so thanks for being here, Chris, and thanks for your purchases. Appreciate it. But I'm gonna call it a night then if nobody's interested. They're on tomorrow. I know Wednesday nights sometimes they take off, and that's kind of the reasons I picked Wednesday. Actually, is I was trying to avoid. I like to watch Kim's too, so I was trying to avoid being on the same time as her. Or whoever she's with that night. So, but anyway, so yeah, I appreciate that. Sorry, I've switched to my computer. For those that saw me at the beginning, these are different glasses. Yeah. Yes, I will do that. I've already updated. Yes, I gave you a new invoice for last week. I'll update the same invoice, and we'll get that out there. Get that out there soon, the next day or so. So yeah. So, but anyway, I hope everybody will have a blessed night and a great weekend, and that the weather is pleasant and enjoyable wherever you are. So you paid it already. Oh, okay. All right. I'll set a second invoice and just whatever the difference in shipping is. I don't think it'll be much. I wouldn't worry about that too much. So, okay, I'll take care of it, and I'll get that out quickly so you can get that in the mail maybe before the weekend. So. But I appreciate everybody tonight. I really do. And we will be back next week. That's the plan. And I'll bring some of the stuff I forgot to show tonight that I had in the preview. I usually try to be good about what I had in the preview, but I apologize. I know I didn't get everything out there. So blessings to all. Have a good night.